Some of our friends are just joining and they are dropping. So what is weeding? Let's hear from Fatuma. Fatuma, what is weeding?
Weeding is the removal of unwanted plants.
Very good. Weeding is the removal of unwanted plants. I want another person to define for us a weed. What is a weed? Sherry has just joined. Asante is here. Shadrach is here. It's Fatuma that has told us that answer. Now I need someone to tell me what a weed is. What is a weed? At least that answer should come from Sherry or Shadrach or Asante. Yes. One of you. Yes, Asante.
A weed is an...
Come again. Asante, I have not heard you. Asante is not speaking. It seems he has problems with the network. Let's hear from Shadrach. What is a weed? What is a weed? What is a weed? Yes, Shadrach?
A weed is an unwanted plant which grows in our garden.
An unwanted plant which grows in the garden. As simple as that. So that is very, very true. Let's talk about the examples of weeds before we look at basically what we intend to look at today. What are these examples of weeds? At least everyone will have to tell me one weed. Everyone should tell me one weed. I say, yeah, Fatuma, you can tell us one. One example of a weed. Yes, Fatuma. You unmute, then speak.
A blackjack.
We have a blackjack. What about Shadrach?
Stargrass.
We also have the stargrass. Asante. Yes, Asante. Okay. There are very many. Yes, Asante.
Finger millet.
We have the finger millet, as simple as that. So we have the finger millet. So all those are examples of weeds in the garden. So these are the examples that we talked about last time. We have the blackjack, stargrass, speargrass, Sodom apple, finger millet, goat grass, wandering Jew, elephant grass, and then we have the nut grass. As simple as that. So let's move on and talk about what we intend to talk about today, the uses of leaves. After uses of leaves, we need to talk about photosynthesis, transpiration, and then the uses of leaves. But before that, I would wish to hear from you. If you prepared something to present, at least I will ask each one of you, if you prepared something, you can raise up your hand. If you prepared something, if you prepared something to present, you can raise up your hand. I see, yeah, you have to raise up your hand. Fatuma's hand is up. I don't know if she has raised. Fatuma, did you do any preparation?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, you will have to present, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
A nursery bed is a small piece of land.
Okay. Fatuma, first wait, I will ask you to do that. Let's hear
Okay.
from Shadrach. Shadrach, did you do any preparation?
Any preparation?
What presentation have you prepared for today?
I'm presenting about plants. I'm presenting school garden, nursery bed.
Okay. Okay, Asante, do you have anything you prepared to present? Asante? Asante is not speaking. Sherry, do you have anything you prepared to present to us?
No, teacher.
Okay. Let's start with the Fatuma. You can take us through what you prepared.
A nursery bed is a small piece of land where seedlings raised from before taking them to the nursery garden.
Please, can you repeat that?
A nursery bed is a small piece of land where seedlings are raised from taking them to before taking them to the main garden.
Continue.
Importance of a nursery bed. It is easier to carry for seedlings. It is easier to select good seedlings.
Correct.
That is all.
Okay, let's move to Shadrach. Shadrach, can you take us through what you summarized?
Okay. I'm going to do weeding.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher. What is weeding? This is the removal of unwanted plants from the garden. Examples of common weeds: blackjack, stargrass, speargrass, Sodon apple, finger millet.
Continue.
What is spraying? Define. This is the application of chemicals on seedlings to control pests.
To control pests and weeds. Continue.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. So that is okay. So maybe there is another person that has something that they want to share with us. If you have something, you can let us know. But we can now continue. Sherry said that she didn't prepare. So, Sherry, the work is here. This is the work that we are talking about. A nursery bed that Fatuma was talking about is a nursery bed is a small piece of land where seedlings are raised before taking them to the main garden. And this structure you see here, this is the structure of a nursery bed. We also have the importance of a nursery bed. Why a nursery bed is good. We say that a nursery bed protects seedlings from harsh conditions like too much sunshine. That's why you see this grass covering these seedlings to protect the seedlings from harsh weather conditions, to protect the seedlings from too much sunshine, and so on. And then we also have it is easy to care for seedlings. In a nursery bed, you can easily weed them, you can spray, you can water. So this is why we say that it is easy to care for a nursery bed. So this nursery bed is good. Then the shelter prevents water from evaporating. When you water these plants, the water does not evaporate when the sun hits these plants. And then it is easy to select good seedlings. If you want to plant a good seedling, you just come and look at this, you choose the better ones, and then you go and plant. So Sherry, I want you next time to make sure that you access this work. You start from where it starts from. Let me show you. This work starts from here. You must, the rest, it starts from here, plants. Those other words are just words that you need to learn how to spell very well and so on. But start from here. So when you're writing in your book, you start from here, then you come to groups of plants and then flowering plants like that. You will write everything down. Then where you get a challenge, you call the teacher. You just tell your parent that I want the teacher to explain for me this part. And then here, this is the exercise. When you reach here, you answer what are flowering plants. You start writing here. Like you can tell us the answer. Sherry, can you tell us what flowering plants are? Sherry, what are flowering plants?
Are plants that bear.
Okay, flowering plants are plants that bear flowers. As simple as that. So you have to continue from here. You type the answer as you see, flowering plants are plants that bear flowers. Plants that bear flowers. Flowering plants are plants that bear flowers. Full stop. And then after that one, you continue to the next question. You just stop here, continue. It will bring number 2. Then they say, what does number 2 say? What does number 2 say? Yes, Fatuma, read from.
Give any 3 examples of flowering plants.
Give any 3 examples of flowering plants. Yes.
Yes.
Shadrach, can you tell us these examples? Okay, let me give to Sherry. Sherry, tell us those examples.
Flowering plant. The examples of flowering plants are maize, beans, tomatoes.
Okay.
Mango.
Okay. Sherry has added another one, but I want now Sherry to answer this one. This is number 3. What are non-flowering plants? Sherry?
Non-flowering plants are plants that do not bear flowers.
That do not bear flowers. Asante, can you give the example? Asante is off. Okay. Fatuma, give the examples of flowering plants.
Liverworts, conifers,
Good.
Moses.
Good.
That is all.
Okay. Okay. So you realize that all these questions are here. Characteristics of plants. There are very many characteristics of plants. Sherry, can you tell us some characteristics of plants?
They breathe.
Good. Another one? Shadrach?
Yes.
Give anyone characteristic of a plant or plants.
They reproduce.
Good. And they are just here. They reproduce, they breathe, they feed, they grow, all those ones. And then you go to the last question. You keep writing the answers there. After writing the answer, you come to the last question. Suggested to importance of a school, garden. As simple as that. So then you give the importance of a school, garden. If you want to go back to number 1, you just keep putting there back. Then you will go back to number 1. You put there back until you reach number 1. So you have to make sure you do that work. Sometimes you can write it in the books because it will fine when you're writing this work in the book. When you get this work, you can write in the book all those questions you answer in the book also. Also, you can answer from here. As simple as that. So I was showing Sherry that you have to start from there. You continue all this work. You're supposed to write it down. A school garden, a nursery bed. You're supposed to draw that nursery bed. Importance of a nursery bed. Examples of crops grown in a nursery bed. Ways of caring for crops in a nursery bed. You can water them, weeding. You have spraying, thinning, hardening. Hardening is making of seedlings get used to harsh weather conditions. When you make seedlings get used to harsh weather conditions, that's what we call hardening. This is the making of seedlings get used to harsh weather conditions. For here, we have not put the word weather, but even though you put the word weather, it's okay. Hardening of is the making of seedlings get used to harsh conditions. Now, even P7, we teach about hardening. So you must be able to understand this now, so that when you're in P7, you don't have problems. Let's move to transplanting. What is transplanting? Someone who would like to tell us the answer? Yes, Sherry?
Transplanting is the transfer of seedlings from the nursery bed to the garden.
Very good. This is a transfer of seedlings from the nursery bed to the main garden. Shadrach, what is mulching?
Mulching is the covering of topsoil with dry plants.
With the dry plant materials, as simple as that.
Materials.
So last time we talked about the leaf. This part here, the tip of the leaf, this one is called the apex. This is the apex, the leaf blade. You have the petiole. This petiole here is called the leaf stalk. Leaf. It is the one that attaches the leaf to the branch. This is the branch. So this one here is the leaf stalk. And then this main one here, the one in the middle, this one is called the main vein. It is called the main vein. If you don't want to say main vein, you say midrib. It is the midrib. Then these lines you see, those lines are the ones we call veins. They are the ones we call veins. And before we shall look at the leaf very. So to them, we wanted to start from here, from the uses of plants. I want Fatuma to take us through the uses of plants. You read the uses, you start with the heading, then you read all the uses of plants. Then I will have Sherry to take us through photosynthesis, and then another person will also take us through transpiration. Yes, let's have Sherry. No, not Sherry, but Fatuma.
Plants are used as medicine.
Start with the heading, uses of leaves to plants.
Uses of leaves to plants.
Mm-hmm.
They make food for the plant.
Mm-hmm.
Some leaves store food.
Good.
They help plants during transpiration.
Good. Lastly.
They are used for breathing.
They are used for breathing. Let's move on to plants. So when you look at these leaves, you get to realize that there are three processes that take place in a leaf. Last time we discussed these processes. We say that photosynthesis is one of those processes that takes place in a leaf, and it is that process called photosynthesis that enables plants to make their own food. And then you have others. It is that process called photosynthesis that enables the plants to make their own food. Those plants you see in your environment that are green in nature, those plants are able to make their own food. As long as it is a plant, it is able to make its own food. As simple as that. So we need to know that. So there are processes that take place in a leaf. One of them is transpiration. This is why Fatuma was telling us that some plants help, or some leaves help plants during transpiration. And then some are used for breathing. So these are processes. There is breathing, there is transpiration, and then there is a manufacture of food. They make food for the plant. This is what we call photosynthesis. Photosynthesis scientifically is making food for the plant. Making food for the plant. Then transpiration is releasing water into the atmosphere. Leaves allow water into the atmosphere. And then these very leaves help a plant to breathe with the help of the stomata. These leaves have got the small openings in them. Those small openings are found in the lower back of the leaf. So those small openings are the ones that enable the plant to breathe. And even it is the same openings that enable the plant to allow water to get out. To allow water to get out. So we need to know that very well. So let's move on to the next thing. Somebody is going to take us through photosynthesis. Who could this be? I had said who? Who can take us through? Okay, let's have Shadrach. Shadrach take us through photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis?
It is the process by which plant makes their own food.
Can you repeat that?
It is the process by
You had
which
said me.
I will give now Sherry the next one. Let Shadrach finish this one. Then Sherry will come. Yes, Shadrach, can you repeat that?
it is the process by which plant makes their own food.
It is the process by which plants make their own food, isn't it? Okay. So I still want you to look at the conditions. We have conditions necessary for plants to make their own food. There are conditions for a plant to make its own food. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at those conditions. Shadrach, you'll still take us through those conditions here. Conditions for photosynthesis. Those conditions that enable a plant to make its own food, they are here. Can you take us through them?
Okay. Carbon dioxide, water, sunlight
What about
provide energy to plants.
what about this one?
Chlorophyll.
So we have around 4 conditions necessary for photosynthesis to take place. We have 4 conditions needed for photosynthesis to take place. One of these conditions is chlorophyll. The other one is carbon dioxide. The other one is water, and then sunlight. Those are the 4 conditions which are needed by a plant to make its own food. That is why you are seeing this. Are you seeing this water? Water entering the plant through the leaf, through the roots. The water
Yes.
is entering through the roots, and then carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide. We all know that these plants you see in the environment, those plants have got the small openings called
Yes.
stomata, which they use for breathing. So this is why this carbon dioxide is passing through. So if there is water and there is carbon dioxide, if there is water and there is carbon dioxide, definitely the plants will be able to make their own food. When we continue, in P4, we shall look at the raw materials for photosynthesis to take place. Raw materials. When they talk about raw materials, you have to talk about water and carbon dioxide. These are the raw materials which are needed for photosynthesis to take place. If this carbon dioxide and then water is not there, then plants cannot make their own food. As simple as that. We need to know that. And then these other ones, you have sunlight here. Sunlight enables the plants also to make their own food. That is why at night, plants cannot make their own food because there is no sunlight. At night, there is no way plants can make their own food because there is no sunlight. So there must be sunlight, there must be carbon dioxide, and there must be water. Together with the green coloring matter, the leaves must be green. If you can see, are you seeing these leaves? The leaves are green. So the leaves are green. So it means that they have what we call chlorophyll. It is the chlorophyll which determines the color of the leaves. If the leaves are green, it means that those leaves have chlorophyll. Not only the leaves, even the branch or stem. If the stem is green, it means it has chlorophyll. It means it has chlorophyll. And then it is able to make its own food, as simple as that. So that is it. Our people are keeping dropping because of, I think, internet problem. I see Nora has changed her name. I think she has been using Fatuma. Now she's Nora. Okay, so let's move on. So this is what we are talking about. This is what we are talking about. Kyle is asking, is this A3? Kyle is asking, is this A3? No, this is not A3 ICT. I think that one was a little bit lost. Yes, Nora, you were saying that I should repeat. I don't know, from where? Nora? She's not speaking. So this is the plant, and we are looking at the conditions that are needed for photosynthesis to take place. So that is it. So that is it that you need to know. You also need to know that some of these those conditions are raw materials. Some are raw materials. Now I need another person to take us through the next part, that is transpiration. That is transpiration. That is transpiration. Who would like to take us? Transpiration. I see all hands are up, but let me give to, okay, Sherry is just joining. This is her part. She's the one who is supposed to take us through transpiration. So Sherry, you've missed, we're discussing about the conditions that are needed by plants, by a plant to make its own food. And we say that one of the conditions is water. That's why you see this water passing through the leaves, the roots, and then you also have carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is also another raw material. It passes through the leaves, and then you have sunlight. Sunlight also passes through the leaves to the plant, to the entire plant. And sunlight is good for plants to make it their own food, because without sunlight, plants cannot make their own food. So that is to say, at night, these plants cannot make their own food. So in P7, or P6 or even P4, they can ask you, why can't the plants make their own food at night? Why can't plants make their own food at night? You simply have to say that it's because there is no sunlight at night. It's because there is no sunlight at night. Then they can also say, why are plants able to make their own food during daytime? You simply say, there is sunlight during daytime. As simple as that. So this is what you need to know. So they can also ask you to give the raw materials. Under these conditions, we have looked at the conditions are 4. We have...
Teacher, you repeat?
Who is speaking?
Nura.
Okay, repeat from where?
Transpiration.
Transpiration, we have not yet started. Transpiration, Sherry will take us through transpiration.
Okay.
Okay. So we are still talking about, so these are the 4 conditions that are needed for photosynthesis to take place. For Kyle, Kyle is joining us, but has dropped again. He's looking for senior 3. Okay, so this is these are the conditions: chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, water, and then sunlight. But 2 of these, carbon dioxide and water, these 2 are raw materials. In P4, we shall give you raw materials, as simple as that. But for P3 now, we shall ask you to give the conditions necessary for photosynthesis. And these conditions are 4. You list chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, water, and then sunlight. You must be able to know the spelling of chlorophyll very well. So let's move on to the next. That is the part that Sherry will take us through, starting from transpiration and everything about transpiration. Yes, starting from here. What is transpiration? Yes, Sherry?
Transpiration is the process by which lose water to the atmosphere that affects the rate of transpiration. Size of the leaf, light intensity, wind, humidity, temperature, number of stomata, importance of transpiration to plants. It enables plants to cool. Disadvantage of transpiration. It makes plants to dry during dry season. How plants control the rate of transpiration? By shading their leaves, by reducing the size of their leaves.
Okay, so I want you to repeat this. There are some words that you are not pronouncing well. This word is transpiration. This is transpiration. And we say that transpiration is the process by which green plants lose water to the atmosphere through the leaves. These plants lose water to the atmosphere through the leaves. And then we have the factors that affect the rate of transpiration. Which factors make transpiration to work? For transpiration to work. So we have size of the leaf, light intensity, wind, humidity, temperature, number of stomata. The number of stomata, these are the small openings which are found in the leaf. There are small openings that are found in the leaf. These small openings enable the plant to lose water to the atmosphere. And it is the same small openings that the plant uses for breathing. As simple as that. So these are the factors for transpiration to take place. For plants to lose water to the atmosphere, these things must be, these factors determine a lot. When there is sunlight, then plants can lose a lot of water to the atmosphere. When wind is too much, plants can lose a lot of water to the atmosphere. And then like that, that. So and then we have transpiration cools plants. That is the importance, the disadvantage, it makes plants to dry. And then you have how plants control the rate of transpiration. 1, by shading their leaves. 2, by reducing the size of their leaves. I see hands up from Nura and then Sherry. Nura, you want to say something? Because I see your hand up.
Yes.
What is it?
May I lead us in reading?
You want to lead?
Yes.
Okay, I will give you chance. Then
Okay.
Shadrach, I see your hand up.
I want to be answering.
Okay. Then Asante, you've been dropping every
What were
time.
we looking at in the beginning? I had bad network.
Oh, so in the beginning we started with, in fact, we started from weeds or weeding. Up to now, we are here in transpiration. We have finished photosynthesis. We have finished looking at leaves. We are now looking at photosynthesis. We have finished even that one. We are now discussing about transpiration.
Okay.
So maybe we are going to send you the recording, and also you just access the work. All this work, I want to access the work and read, write it in the books, and then everything will be okay. So we also want to, there is also another exercise.
We write the work.
Yeah?
Should we
Yeah,
write the
you're supposed to write the work at your own free time, not now. When you're free, access, get in the site, and then write all that work so that when we meet, you have what to present. Isn't it? Everybody should do every time log into the site, and then after finishing, you write something down, write all this work the way it is, and then you keep revising it so that when you come, you present what you have revised. Isn't it? So let me give this chance to Asante. Asante, can you take us through the uses of leaves to animals? Uses of leaves to animals.
uses of leaves to animals? Leaves are eaten as food. Leaves
Good.
are used as herbal medicine. Some plants have leaves used for thatching houses. They are used for decoration. People sell leaves and get money.
People sell leaves and get money. Very good. So we also have stems. Let me have Nora. Nora, can you take us through the stems?
Stem. Types of stems. There are 3 types of stems, namely upright stems, erect stems, climbed stems, storage stems. These types of stems are found in woody plants like mahogany,
We have mahogany, eucalyptus,
eucalyptus, ficus tree,
the ficus tree, mango tree, and then the mivule tree.
mivule tree.
Mvule tree. And then we have the climbing stems. So this, what you need to know here is there are 3 types of stems. We have the upright stems or erect stems. The upright stems are those ones which are straight. They are straight. And then we have the climbing stems. Those ones climb other plants. And then we have the underground stems or storage stems. As simple as that. So this is what you need to know. We also have the types of stems. These which are these. So we are told that these types of stems, especially the upright stems, are found in these plants: mahogany, eucalyptus, ficus tree, mango tree, and then we have the mvule tree. As simple as that. So our time is not on our side. We are almost coming to a 1:30 noon. So, but still people want to do the work. People still want to do the work. So I want someone to take us through now. Sharing, okay. Who? Maybe Asante. Everybody is going to do the last task. Let me give this to Asante first. Everyone will do climbing stems. Yes, Asante, take us through the climbing stems.
Climbing stems. They are also called weak/collapsing stems. An illusion of a climbing stem.
An illustration. An illustration of a climbing stem.
An illustration of a climbing stem.
It is
Examples of plants with climbing stems: passion fruit, vanilla, some bean plants, loofah plants, watermelon, pumpkin, some yams, cucumber.
Teacher,
How
excuse me,
climbing
Asante.
Yes?
May you repeat from examples?
Examples of plants with climbing stems: passion fruits, vanilla, some bean plants, loafer plants, watermelon, pumpkin, some yams, cucumber. How climbing plants climb others: by twining/collapsing, by hooks or thorns, using tendrils.
Good. Using tendrils. So we have another part here that I will need another person to take us through. This should be Sherry. Sherry, can you take us through the underground stems?
Okay. Underground stems. These are stems found below the ground, like spear grass, couch grass,
Good.
ginger.
Good. I hope we can see even see those underground stems here.
Sherry,
The ginger is here. Yes.
excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Sherry has said ginger. It is ginger.
Okay, that's okay. So let's continue. Sherry, you can continue to the next.
Uses of stems.
Uses of stems to plants.
Stems store food for the plants. Transport and food. Support branches and leaves. Stems make plants to stand.
Okay. Even here, we shall have to put some clarity here. Stems, when you're giving the answers, especially in your examination, you will say, if they ask you, give the uses of stems to plants, you simply say, stems help plants to store food. Stems help to transport food to all parts of the plant. Stems support branches and leaves. Stems make plants to stand. All that. That's how you will be answering your questions. As simple as that. So what are the uses of stems to animals? Uses of stems to animals.
Stems are eaten as food. Stems provide animals medicine. Stems provide building materials.
Good.
We get timber or poles from woody plants.
From woody plants, as simple as that. So I think for now we would love to put a full stop there, and then maybe next time. What do you think? Maybe we meet next time again, because we have taken a longer time. What do you think?
But teacher,
I
thought I was also going to take us through about roots.
Hey, you want to take us through? And then Fatuma will also say, Asante will also say, Sherry will also say, okay, let's, I think, okay, now let's get back to these questions. You're just going to answer some of these questions.
Okay.
All of you will answer these questions. We have, the first question is here, identify any two uses of leaves to plants. Uses of leaves to plants. Yes, Nora. Anyone use of leaves to a plant?
Leaves are eaten as food.
To plants? We are talking about uses of leaves to plants.
I'm sorry, I raised my hand accidentally.
Okay, let's see hear from Shadrach. Anyone use of leaves to plants? Okay, nobody is speaking. So no one knows this. We finished this. We finished this. We looked at the uses.
Because I was breaking down.
Hmm?
I don't know because my network was bad.
Yeah. The uses of leaves to plants are here. We talked about those uses of leaves to plants. They make food. Leaves make food for the plant. Some leaves store food. They help plants during transpiration. They are used for breathing. So I need a class that does not forget so fast. As simple as that. So let's look at another question. What is photosynthesis? What is photosynthesis? Shadrach, what is photosynthesis? Okay, let's give to Asante. What is photosynthesis?
Photosynthesis is the process of carbon dioxide, oxygen, and sunlight.
No. Sherry, what is photosynthesis?
Photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their own food.
Very good. It is the process by which plants make their own food. You just write it there. And then let's look at another question. Given two conditions for photosynthesis to take place, give any two conditions for photosynthesis to take place. When you know the answer, you raise up your hand. Yes, Asante.
Sunny and rainy conditions.
No, those are the types of weather. We are talking about conditions needed for photosynthesis to take place. We looked at those conditions. Shadrach, can you tell us one condition for photosynthesis to take place?
One condition. Okay. Water.
Correct. Jerry, can you tell us one?
Sunlight.
Carbon dioxide.
Good. We have water, we have carbon dioxide. We also have sunlight or light, but sunlight. And then lastly, we have chlorophyll. Lastly, we have chlorophyll. For those ones who do not, who were not like Asante was not there, conditions necessary for photosynthesis are here. The heading is here, conditions necessary for photosynthesis. 1, chlorophyll. 2, carbon dioxide. 3, water. 4, sunlight. As simple as that, sunlight. So let's continue. Let's continue with this last equation. Okay. I would like you to spare some time and go through this work, all this other work, and also be watching these videos so that you can understand some of the things. We are going to stop here. We are going to stop here. For Kayla, Someone is asking about Kayla. Kayla is not a new student here. She is in senior 3. She just, I think she just got lost. She joined here. She thought it is this class is senior 3. She's supposed to attend to a senior 3 class, but she came here. So for those of you who I want you to write that work down and continue up to roots. Next time when we meet, we shall be starting from roots. All the discussions, we shall start from roots, types of
Okay, Teacher Ben.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you. We need to end. That's why you are seeing learners coming to your class. So the teachers had scheduled their classes, and you see we have exceeded time. Yeah, we can end and also give others chance to study today.
Okay.
Thank you.
My children were very excited looking at these things, but we shall continue from there. We shall start from roots next time. So have a good day.
Okay, Teacher Ben.